October 2nd, 8 o'clock, right here in the beautiful Collingwood Theater. We have two feature documentaries about two different poets. Born into this, about Charles Bukowski, and if I scratch out right, about B.A. Levy. Two very different poets. Two poets that got very successful in very different ways. And it's certainly something you don't want to miss.
And then October 13th, our second Tuesday features are Nathan Graziano from New Hampshire. And I can't stress enough, do not miss this because it's hard to get someone to come from New Hampshire on their own dime. And Nathan has been around for about 20 years, and he is awesome.
His publishing company actually contacted me.
Sunny Outside Press. Yeah. But, and then we will have C.B. Crane here from San Francisco.
Yeah!
Maybe.
Maybe.
You know what happened back in February? Yeah. Supposed to read.
And does anyone else have any upcoming events that they would like us to mention while we are here, Steve?
October 3rd, Saturday, October 3rd, the next dinner party at my house, 2055 Roundwood, starts at 5:30. Come when you can, leave when you have to. Stay all night if you want. Happens all the time. Free lots of food. We're going to have live music again. We're going to have poetry. We'll have, fire pit, all that. Last month we had 55 people. For dinner, so that was cool.
People showed up at 2 in the morning.
Last person showed up at 2
I'm actually featuring in Detroit that night. I'm going to go to Steve's dinner after.
Right, and we will still have food.
And it'll still be going.
All right. And I'll just make one brief news announcement in case anyone didn't know. This is just poetry related. If anyone didn't know, Jim Carroll passed away a little while ago. Who wrote the Basketball Diaries, and he was a friend of mine for about 12 years. So I took it really hard as a personal loss, but
that was last week, wasn't it?
It was like just over a week ago. But and with that, we're just going to get everyone started. We're happy to see so many new people here today, and we hope that you keep coming back.
Thank you everybody for coming out from Bowling Green.
Yeah. And
why are you booing them, Jim? We go for you, too. You boo everybody, though.
And the first person on our list is someone who has, to my knowledge, never read here before, and it's Manuel Yang. Manuel. Yeah!
Thank you for the gracious welcome. We've come from Bowling Green. We represent the SOS Brigade, which is a multimedia arts collective doing poetry, scholarly writing, theater, filmmaking, anything. So if you guys want to work with us, please. We have a website. I'll circulate some information if you're interested.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Well, I forgot to bring a leaflet, but the next week, maybe I can bring them.
Yeah, and if you have information before you leave, if you could give me, John, whatever you have.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But I want to read just 3 poems. One is by me. I wrote this yesterday when I was showing this movie by the great Japanese director Oshima Nagisa, In the Realm of Censorship, made in 1967, which was a film that questioned the authority of censorship, based on a true story about 2 people in the 1930s when the militarism in Japan was rising, and 2 people very much in love, very intensely erotic relationship, and they refused to be part of the general wave of the military state that was coming into being. But anyway, that film couldn't be shown in Japan to this day you can't show the whole movie uncut because of the hardcore sex scenes in it. But it's not really a pornography. It's a movie about fighting against censorship every way possible. So this is a poem I was writing when I was showing this in the movie to the Gish Theater yesterday. The projectionist room. This is called SOS, a sort of manifesto. Stop the muse from sticking the gun of imagination to your head, where your words will bleed in broken consonants and singed vowels, stark adjectives wrested from the gnashed bowels of heaven. Sink low into the underground, your uncertain mind, where oceanic currents collide and splinter, like homeless, feverish atoms, smearing your original face before your mother conceived you. The streaks of unwashed blood, straight from the gut of an ovarian land, slaughtered for Christs whose names are sung in strange rhythms of September nights in Toledo at the CAC, and severed from the leisure of false Satans, our brothers and sisters resurrected by our sins, desires, unreconstructed rage, shoveled from the earth by our gnarled mining hands, stupefied and tired from unending labor in whiskey, of oblivious prey of chapped petals of sounds cracking in solitary yet collective negation of a soul without form, spirit without ontological meaning, be it God screaming or a butterfly's pigments lit up incandescently by a child's playful matchstick. SOS, neither a symbol nor an overture of failed revolutions to come. Simple letters, demanding the silence of thought, to say nothing of words, man and prophets. Of this we shall sing without sacred intent, with voices doused in infernal gasoline. Sing and sing again until we orbit like lost immaterial comets, signaling the minor catastrophe of our nameless loves, nameless dying, nameless defeats we create wherever we are, alone, together, here and now. Next two poems are by Leonard Cohen, one of my favorite singers, next to Bob Dylan. This is for Stephen Lynch, who picked up this poem just right before we started. It's called Early Morning on Mount Baldy, where Cohen was practicing Zen. Alarm awakened me at 2:30 a.m. Got into my robes, kimono, and hakama, modeled after the 12th century archer's costume. On top of this, the koroma, a heavy outer garment with impossibly large sleeves. On top of this, the rukusu, a kind of patchwork bib, which incorporates an ivory disc. And finally, the 4-foot serpentine belt that twists into a huge, handsome knot resembling a braided chowder and covers the bottom of the rukusu. All in all, about 20 pounds of clothing, which I put on quickly at 2:30 a.m. over my enormous hard on. Finally, this poem by Leonard Cohen, in tribute to us, prophetic poem about us, the SOS Brigade, called SOS 1995, written 14 years ago. Take a long time with your anger, sleepyhead. Don't waste it in riots. Don't tangle it with ideas. The devil won't let me speak. Will only let me hint that you are a slave. Your misery, a deliberate policy of those in whose thrall you suffer and who are sustained by your misfortune. The atrocities over there, the interior paralysis over here, pleased with a better deal? You are clamped down. You are being bred for pain. The devil ties my tongue. I'm speaking to you, friend of my scribbled life. You have been conquered by those who know how to conquer invisibly. The curtains move so beautifully. Lace curtains of some sweet old intrigue. The devil tempting me to turn away from alarming you. So I must say it quickly. Whoever is in your life, those who harm you, those who help you, those whom you know and those whom you do not know, let them off the hook. Help them off the hook. Recognize the hook. You are listening to Radio Resistance.